One thing that I enjoy so much is playing State of Decay 2. I'm so excited for the third installment that's in the works. Yet, inspired by recent gameplay, I gotta evolve and be better. I finally cleared a map in lethal difficulty. Curveballs are... The other day I started another go. I don't play around in Trumbull Valley much, so in pursuit of more exploration, I chose it. It is the OG map and has fresh missions that harken to the past. Of course, I choose characters from my pool, which I realized is almost at max capacity. I had to choose my guy Jake. He led my community through my first success in Lethal. He is one of my titans, maxed out in stealth and gunslinging. He's my only character capable of the crouch sprint. Leveling up into stealth seems to be a challenge for me. My next choice, Angeles, set off the need to clean up my legacy pool. One of the most annoying elements of the game, only heightened in lethal play, is keeping morale in the green. When I started playing, I didn't pay attention much to the character traits. Now it's all I look at, especially for personal traits that help the character and negative traits that hinder morale. I do want to progress Angeles, but there's more fish out there, right? I completed my trio with another titan of mine, the Nahid. She's my lead gunslinging mechanic. I have the least trouble killing plague hearts with her. A big part is her incredible immune system, giving her plus 100 infection resistance. She can take on a few plague hearts at a time when she's out and about. So off they went, I do my thing, I check our ride and take what they can. I make it to the home base. After being silly, clearing out some Z's. Oh damn, the attitude. Her stare must be wicked. I go ahead and round up all the gear we got, drop off the rustics, and confirm their outfits. Yes, looks are important to me, and I must say this is a fashionable trio. After doing so, I decided to take a beat and sort out my legacy pool. I took inventory.
And when I say inventory, yes, I mean spirit inventory.
Had an inner dramatic dilemma of who should stay, who should go. Yet I got to deleting.
I'm not gonna be afraid!
Like Micah, whose negative morale traits deserves an ass beating, and John, who simply can't level up in fighting. Some of my deletes were packed with gear, so I matched them with my keeps to trade off. Then I went to bed. Now, I did play on some without recording. I know, what's the point? Yet in 6 days, I've taken on many of the hearts, with a few more to go under the assumption I've found them all. Made a few allies and friendships. I've also engaged with Tressie, Ray Santos, and the Mad Scientists with their separate endeavors. Of course, I've helped survivors in need, yet none that were looking to join a group.
I don't need you or anybody else. I'm gonna make it on my own.
Wanting to move to a new base, I called in one of my legacy characters. Since Trumbull does showcase high-tech and computer usage, I brought in a strong character in my computing department, the Ted. Wait, is Ted short for Edward? Oh, okay. The Ted! A survivor that came my way already leveled in programming and further developed into a titan with swordplay capability and backpacking skills, fashioned in a tactical vest, good shoes, and a hint of color with his undershirt.
One does want a hint of color.
With more room for growth, he's perfect for supply runs and helping the
People. Of the people.
Yet, wanting to take a break from them, I started a new community with my own special endeavors amidst taking on the infection. I immediately thought of Drucker County, chose lethal difficulty, of course gotta have that builder amenity, with characters already in mind. First up, Mark, a strong character with helpful personal traits, has room for more growth in stamina, health meter very high, and an open slot I'm aiming to fill with the skill of mechanics, hopefully pairing well with his pilot trait. His original outfit wasn't the worst, just too dirty looking for my liking, so I put him in the similar look in the closet in all black. I don't care what Anna Wintour says, he's looking sleek and chic. Next up, the character I choose is one that takes on two endeavors. One, playing lethal with a fresh character. 2, develop a promising character. So I chose Kristen from the medicine category. She was a last minute save from a prior community, packed with some helpful goods, dressed in fatigues with feminine touches, loving the pink tea and pigtails.
You look like Pippi Longstocking.
You look like Forrest Gump.
In my head, I'm also playing matchmaker.
Wait, let's get those clients ready for next week, right now. Got a lot of work to do.
All right.
Mark hates to be alone. Kristen can't sleep alone. That's a strong base for a love connection in my book. Lastly, I go with another Titan, the Geronimo. I taught him construction. He's maxed out, very strong but basic, helpful personal traits in health and fighting. He's another great plague heart killer. I did change his outfit in the past, but seeing him in his original State of Decay graphic tee, I don't know, something happened within me. The shoulders,
Dangerous,
the chest,
flawless,
the arms,
overpriced.
this felt figure. What can take it further? A hat. His pretty eyes need the shade. Anyway, so I start the gig. Right away, I can tell this is going to be a glitchy environment. First sign, both of my current communities are named the same, the Merry Band. Second sign, when I go check the trunk, I see that we got lucky with an ammo and materials rucksack. Yet, when I go to pass one on to one of my trusty survivalists, the people I need to rely on and keep safe, they somehow spawn down the road, messing around with the bloater and Z's. Why the death wish right out the gate? I mean, I get it, life sucks, but we're pretending it's worth saving. Or maybe the love connection is already in effect. Hetero couples do the most odd things together, I can't relate. This was also a reminder. The most important thing to me in the whole game is the 10-shot crossbow. I have 2 within my pool and Mark has 1 on him. I take it right away in case more craziness happens. Anyway, off they go towards the starter base. I spot a screamer and test Jay's shooting, which doesn't disappoint. We clear the current residents of the base, drop off gear and rucksacks. I decide to start with Kristen to take on the first mission of obtaining materials and my initial scouting of the area. Right away, there's potential trouble with the crazy threesome going on. Yet, shame probably kicked in for the feral.
I mean, that's nasty.
And he went off in the opposite direction. I checked the nearby Tartan Mart, yet it's empty. The Armo gun shop is full of goods, yet I had to make a splash to keep a screamer quiet. I took all I can, surveyed the area on the cell tower, which had crossbows, spotted a van I wanted, and did a drop-off. Then off I went to get the van, which included making a stop at the nearby gas station for fuel. I was so happy to see 2 toolkits sitting in the trunk, and of course raided the construction site it was next to. I go back to the gas station for a rucksack of gas. This is where things get a little tense. My girl takes on a decent horde, showcasing how fast her stamina depletes. Yet, she takes them on successfully. Though another glitch occurs while trying to grapple a SWAT Z from behind. She carries on, brings her finds home after taking care of a feral, screamer, and their homies in the neighboring roundabout. Then, I went to bed. I got to playing again, the sun rose, and it was time to take on some plague hearts. But which area? A boost of supplies for sure will help. So I chose the northeast corner, Rooster Ridge, where I can get a good amount of everything. Geronimo will be the first of the community to bitch slap the infection. I chose the napping plague heart in the Tartan Mart. It went over smoothly, though some infected bitch slapped me just as hard. Of course, defeating a plague heart will awaken at least one that's nearby. I grabbed a few things from the heart and made my way to the other across the road. I spotted a massive horde a few yards away from my target, so I used my wide caboose to flatten all I could, including a feral and screamer. Yet once inside, a plague Z latched onto me and another slap pushed me into the red. I usually forget to bring a plague cure, so I got to go. But somehow, on my way out, hopping off the porch, I landed in a sinkhole beneath my van, making me feel like a powerless human dropped into the ground by Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse. I reset myself and got out of there, spotting a juggernaut not too far away, quickly returning to finish the job, avoiding that very juggernaut. I don't need the drama. Geronimo entered through the back door and axed his way through the horde to the heart, including as many faces as I could with every swing, clearing Z's as I jump in and out till the job is done, securing the house to get the goods. My medicine supply was low, so I decided to make a post at the military trauma tent next door. I dropped off gear to make room in the van for what I left behind at the Tartan Mart. I did run into a feral, but was able to lead it onto a nearby bus and take it out one-on-one. There was another plague heart nearby in an unfinished construction site with potential supplies, accompanied by another site with more to offer. Geronimo takes it on and clears Z's when the heart farts infection, literally deadly. Thankfully, I survived another glitch when I got on my van to headshot Z's. It almost killed me, but I kept focused on the mission. I did get lashed onto again, which sent me in the red, but since I was almost done, I continued. Finishing the job, I tested my luck staying to clear the horde to see what's inside the heart, despite hearing the roar of a juggernaut. I was successful, saw, took, and bounced when I heard the big person again. I wasn't sure where she was, yet barely missed him as I spotted them feet away from my exit. Geronimo gets home and ejects secure after making the roundabout a bit safer. To get more done in the daylight, I decide Kristen should take on a plague heart. Unfortunately, she didn't make it. I mean, she's still alive. See what had happened. On my way to the targeted plague heart, a new mission arose. The Wrench Turners. A great storyline that involves mechanics. I'm hoping they have a mechanics book on them. Also, it cracks me up when other groups hold up right next to a plague heart and do nothing about it. Like, why can't you handle that? Anyway, I decide to help. They need parts they left behind not too far away, which went smoothly. Even checked out a shack nearby, yet upon returning to their base, I miscalculated a backup and hit a bloater. Thankfully, it was a regular one, but the damage is real. Not wanting to risk my lady, I switched to her future baby daddy. Mark did amazing and took on the awakened heart next to our new friendlies and its sister down the road at the Value Wagon. I checked the neighboring area over in Tamfield, unfortunately awakening a plague heart in the process, but giving no fucks, killing a feral and some screamers, and dropped off the plague samples our first connection wanted, all on the way home. Then I got hungry, and I'll leave it at that for this video. The first of many more. I do love this game, I'm obsessed with this game, and I do enjoy sharing some of my gameplay. And if you like the image on my t-shirt, it's an original from my small biz called Pop Purr, named Dancing with Zombies. For sure, check out the graphic tees I have up now. Anyway, take care. I gotta grub. Bye.